The first thing to practice as a new wood burner is learning how to be consistent in your burns. A lot of new wood burners, they'll tend to start creating burns, but it's kind of blotchy and inconsistent, whether they're trying to create lines, shading, whatever it is. The key in creating a consistent burn is using two things. It's speed and motion. And first focus on the motion, then we'll talk about the speed. I first wanted to show you what many wood burners tend to do when they first pick up a wood burner. So I'm going to grab my writing nib. I'm going to pick just a random general temperature 6 for my wood burner. Just not too hot, not too cold heat. So what a lot of wood burners will do is they will take their pen, place it on the wood, then start moving their pen. And then pause and then take it off. And as you can tell, there's a little spot, a little blotch at the beginning and a little one at the end. So you can see in this example over here, you've got this really splotchy burn, more consistent to like kind of what you wanted to go for, and then another spot where you took off. And if you do a wood burning and you do an entire piece and you have these little spots, it just looks just off. So the key, even creating pieces that look professional, even though you haven't burned that long, is just mastering this one thing of learning how to be consistent. And when you create your lines, when you create your burns, that doesn't have these splotchy burns throughout your piece. So to create a wood burning with consistency, I like to think of it as like a plane coming in for landing. The plane is already moving as it comes to land, and it finally lands, and even as it takes off, it's moving before it leaves the ground. So take that concept and just kind of think through that as you're burning. So as your pen comes to the wood, you should be already moving your hand, then it touches, and it should be moving as you pick up your pen as well. And that movement actually creates a consistent burn that doesn't create those two black little spots on either end where you touch the wood and where you take it off. So let me show you what I mean. So I've already got my burner on here. And if I come in here, I'll already start moving. I land and then I take off. Try it again. So I'm moving with my hand, I land, then take off. Now, understand you can always come back, and if your line isn't dark enough, and you can come and make your lines darker. But your line becomes a lot more consistent than when you just touch it and then take off. There's one little tip that I wanted to add that I think would be helpful especially when you're working with high heats. So the key is you're coming in from the landing and you're moving your hand before you even touch the wood. And then you're moving your hand as you pick it up. But sometimes if I'm working with really hot heats, even moving before you touch the wood, it's not going to work. It's still going to create that little spot right when you touch the wood. What I'll often do is actually be blowing on my tip as it's coming in, so it's cooling down the tip as it touches the wood. And this can be really helpful when you're trying to create consistency in your burn and you're also trying to work with high heats. So let me quickly show you what I mean. I'm going to take my writing nib and turn it up really hot. So I'm moving as I'm coming into the wood, but I'm going to start blowing onto the wood. Got a consistent line in my burn, and all I did was create a little bit of a blow and cool down the tip right before it touched the wood. So I think that would be a helpful tip as you are starting wood burning and you're working with high heats. So that's the first way. You are moving before you touch it. So it's landing and taking off. The second way is through speed. I've started creating these videos to try to teach you guys how to wood burn and just the variety of things that involved in wood burning, and I just love it. I get excited being able to film these and teach the information and equipping you guys so you can take what you learn and run with it in your own unique way. So I hope, again, this video was helpful in that as you continue to learn. And if you have not already, make sure to join me in my online wood burning class called Xulon Burning. There'll be a link down in the subscription. And I'm going to cover it all. I'm going to cover the different tips and the wood and wood burners, and I'll actually do a wood burning project together of a chipmunk on a branch. That way you get to see what is involved in creating depth into a piece, adding layers and creating different textures like bark and hair and things like that. So check it out with the link down below. I hope you guys subscribe so you see future videos, and we'll see you next time.